Hi, everyone. This is Keisha Acuff of Acuff Creations, and you're on Late Night with Keisha. So I have a guest tonight.
Hello.
Um, Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Trelena, so I do nothing fun and I am not interesting.
That is a lie. We will disprove that in a couple minutes. Right now, I want to show you guys who I am sponsoring this month. Actually, I think I've been sponsoring her an entire month. Um, so let me figure out how to do this because newbie vibes here, guys. Okay, let me see. Oh, wait. I think I know how to do this. Guys, we're getting things done. So, actually, I'm going to show you guys this. Ooh, that is not it. Let me see. Eh, close enough. So this is this is the first image I will show you. So Michaela Jade, you guys hear me talk all the time. Hey, are
Oh,
we still
there we
here?
go. There we go. Okay.
Okay. I think I messed something up. See, newbie guys. Oops. Well, let's just forget that happened. So, Michaela Jade is not only an author, she is also an editor. She is my editor. And so, pretty soon she is going to be taking the leap and quitting her day job so that she can edit and write full time, which sounds like a dream, honestly. Um, I would try that, but my kids would probably get really angry with me. Um, so probably not gonna happen anytime soon. Uh, but yes, check out her books. She has 4 novels out right now. Um, 3 of which are the Elite Warrior novels. Warrior's Worth is the last one, I believe, that came out. When did it come out? At the beginning of this year? When did I read it? Probably something like that. So, as you guys know, I'm great for information. Um, so we'll leave that at that, really, honestly. Okay, so let me see. I have another thing to share with you, which I meant to share honestly first. Let me see. Share screen. Okay. This right here is the Rising Tide Broadcasting Network, which I am a part of, as well as all these beautiful people on here. Um, there is literally a show for every day of the week, sometimes several of them. Um, so basically, if you're keeping up with us, you never leave the computer. Um, but if you guys want to check out any of these guys, do so. They are all fabulous. Honestly, I mean, Late Night with Keisha is probably the best. I'm kidding. Um, but yes, check out all of those. And I have one more beautiful thing to show you now that I've got this kind of figured out. And that is this. Okay, let me see. Oh, it is showing up. Okay, cool. Let me know if you can hear this. Okay, so this
Yes.
is the trailer for Michaela Jade's books. So watch for a second and enjoy. Also, go check her out. Um,
Secrets.
She's got a show on Monday nights
Trust,
and almost every morning. So,
worth. The bond between souls, intertwined within otherworldly intrigue. Michaela Jade brings forth the Elite Warrior series, a collection of fantasy romance novels set in a twisted world where power lusts in the hearts of men and devotion seduces the souls of women. Warrior's Secret, Warrior's Trust, and Warrior's Worth. Available now at authormichaelajade.com.
okay, so go check those out. I have read all of them. I'm like her number one groupie. I actually I'm currently using her pen right now to take notes. And then on my other laptop, I've got her decal right there. So, you know, love you, Michaela. Okay, so on to some things tonight. Uh, I have been very busy with getting my daughter ready for her first week of school. She did great. She learned the word hate. It is now her
Oh,
favorite word, and she hates everything. Um, and as a household that does not say the H word, um, it's been fun explaining to her that that is not a thing that we should be telling everything. Today I heard, "I hate you ducks. I hate you chickens. I hate you mommy. I hate you daddy. I hate the house. I hate school." Um, Basically, if you could take hate and put it in front of anything else, that is what my daughter said. Uh, so there was a lot of hate going around today.
no.
Um, and as somebody that believes in peace and love and, all that good stuff, wow, lots of hate. Um, so I have not gotten a full chance to read much this week. Um, Unfortunately, I've been able to read mostly the newspaper, and that's kind of depressing. Uh, oh no. Are we getting interruptions? It's okay.
No, my husband just came home.
Oh, that's okay.
So he
Um,
snuck away. He
a,
he
a
also
surprise guest.
yes, you can come
But
back.
come back.
Come back.
Uh,
Come back.
but
He's waving from around the corner. It's
all
Keisha.
yes, he's like, "Who is Keisha? Hi, you're live." He's like, "Run away."
He's usually in the green room, so
Oh, okay.
yeah. Yeah, so
Um, that's cool. If you guys don't know what the green room is, it is a very toxic environment that we love and enjoy being in. Yeah, that's pretty much how you would describe it, correct?
yeah, and I mean, yeah, it's happily toxic.
Yes. It's like
It revels in it. It really does.
it's like when you wanna put your tongue to the bottom of a battery and you know it's not good for you, but you're just like, "Hey, look,
But I
cool."
could.
Ugh. And then you get that tiny little shock, but you just keep coming back for more. I mean, I
Yeah.
honestly haven't done it in a couple years, but I remember doing it all the time when I was a kid. Um, that explains so much, guys.
And we
So
make fun of
much.
kids for eating Tide Pods.
You know what? I think that's our generation's Tide Pods.
I think it was,
Um,
now that I'm thinking about it.
oh my gosh. What else
Yeah.
did we do that was just
Oh, we
awful?
did so much stuff.
I mean,
So
our parents
much.
probably looked at us and went, "Wow, Tide Pods, guys." I mean, whatever insert whatever we did that was stupid there.
Oh
I
God,
know I
so
s
much.
I know I licked my finger and stuck it in a light socket a couple times. Don't do that,
Yeah,
kids.
yeah, don't do that. Don't
Uh,
be
and then there
yeah.
was the erasing your skin with an
Yeah,
eraser. Did you ever
yeah.
do that?
Oh God.
I still actually have a scar right here
Oh my gosh.
from
Did
doing
you ever
that.
play quarters? Where you would
Yes.
spin the quarter and then like it turned into bloody knuckles and whoever like stopped the quarter from spinning would get a quarter like just jammed into their knuckles?
Yes. I
Because
so
we did that.
we were stupid. We were just different stupid.
We just didn't have the internet yet,
The
so it wasn't
90s were a
publicized that we were all stupid.
the 90s were a weird time,
Oh God, it
guys.
was a lawless time. Yeah.
It was. Like we had okay, we had computers, guys,
Mhm.
later on,
Yeah.
and what we could play was pinball.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh
pinball.
and work with paint. I remember just scribbling all over on the blank paint document and then individually filling in the holes. Like this is what we did for
Yeah, yeah,
fun.
and it was stained glass.
Oh, is that what we're calling it?
Yeah,
That
that's
sounds
what our
way
teachers
better.
called it.
I
Our
was
teachers
calling it
encouraged this.
I was calling it art.
Did you guys
Now
have
I'm
kid picks with like the little stamper you could drag around?
no,
Oh God, it was the greatest, and it's
my
gone
my
now. I
school
can't
must
find
have
it.
been like poor.
Okay, I went to lacrosse. Come on. We had 21 kids in my graduating class.
Oh, you had way more than me. I had like 9 kids in my graduating class.
What? How?
Remember, I live out in the sticks.
So do
So,
I. We were
uh,
the smallest public school in the state.
I actually grew up in the smallest county in Illinois,
Really?
Putnam County. Woot woot. Now I live right next to Putnam County in Marshall County, and
Ooh, moving
I
up.
only have 300 people in my entire village.
Yeah, that's about what the town of La Crosse is. And I didn't find out until later in life that technically it is a village
Yeah,
because they were like
mine is
the town, and then I was like, wait, don't you need a mayor for that? We don't
we
have a
have
mayor.
a mayor. Um,
Is it a
they
pepper?
do things, I think. Most of the time I do not actually follow what they do, but I live out in the boonies,
Mhm.
like, so I'm not in, town. I basically run the town. Um, honestly, I do. I run the farmers market,
Mm.
I run the women's club,
Okay.
uh, and then I also work for the RC club,
Oh,
and I throw all of the town-wide celebrations, so, like, Easter celebration, Christmas celebration,
you
um
serious?
yeah. So, I basically run the town.
So if I
Um,
need anything planned, I'm calling you.
yeah, you should see the Easter like, when we had our Easter party for the town,
Mhm.
I spent way too much money, all of it which was my own, on
No! No, you're supposed to
buying
spend
kids
tax money.
candy. Uh, no, I use my tax money to pay off my car like an adult. Who does that? Um,
What?
I know, right? I am just 0 fun. That's what my husband says. Every time I use money for paying bills, he's like, "That's disgusting. Why would you do that? Who do you think we are, adults?" And I'm like,
Right?
"Okay, you can get 1 video game." Um,
Hooray!
Normally, he ends up finding one that's ridiculously expensive. He's like, "Well, you see, the game itself is like $60, but I need the expansion pack. And then if I get the box set, it also comes with the art and a CD as well as a little tin can for your ciggies." I'm like, "You don't smoke, honey."
Don't forget the monthly subscription fee that a bunch of them have too.
Oh, all of them.
That one gets you. That one gets you every time.
So guys, I don't know if I've mentioned this. I might have mentioned it in one of my earlier episodes, but we own every game system. And when I say every game system, I mean we own every game system. If there's a new game system that's coming out, we might wait till it goes on sale, but we have it. It's disgusting. Um and we have what is called our gaming room. This right here is our computer room. So there is a computer here, a computer here, a computer here, a computer back there, and there's 2 TVs over there. But our gaming room is upstairs and we have all of the game systems set out, and it's we have several like ridiculously large TVs that we should probably not have. I think in total we have 5 TVs that are 65 inches or more. Um, and that's not including our projector screens. So it gets a little cray cray. Honestly, my 12-year-old and his friends love it here because, well, one of them's on the Oculus over here, one of them's on the other Oculus over there, and then one of them's like playing Xbox 360, one of them's playing the original Nintendo, one of them's playing Switch. It, you don't get bored in that room, honestly. So I moved the Switch downstairs because lately I have been playing a lot of um, Animal Crossing and Minecraft. I have a Minecraft addiction, guys, and I actually have Minecraft on. Um, I have it on this computer. I have it on the Xbox. I have it on the Switch. I have it on the pretty much everything you can get it on. I have it on. Um, but my favorite platform to play on is the Xbox, which of course is the one that I play it on the least because it's upstairs and that is inconvenient to my life with a toddler. Uh, so I end up playing on the Switch a lot, mostly because I moved it down here, and that's what I can get away with while I'm cooking and taking care of a snotty little snot-nosed daughter that is adorable and I love her dearly. She's very loud though.
But
So,
she's so cute.
oh my gosh, she is. She started school and it's I mean, I've been able to read the newspaper every day this week.
Getting
I
spoiled.
have gone to Casey's, picked up the newspaper, brought it home, opened it up, and read it the entire thing without being ripped in half. So that was good. But that's the extent of reading that I've done this week. So what kind of games have you been playing lately?
So I live on Terra on the computer. I live there. It's where I'm
It's
at.
your new home.
It's been my home for a while since like the pandemic started.
Oh,
So yeah,
no safer place to be.
no, there's not. I can just go in and go fishing. There's been a lot of that. It's very
Okay,
soothing.
I believe I own Terra.
Okay,
Is it kind of like a Minecraft QB game?
no,
No.
it's kind of like WoW a little
Okay.
bit. So it's
Okay.
yeah,
I'm trying to think.
it's
Oh, my husband plays it.
it's
That's why I know
dungeony.
what it is.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. I have not started playing it. But he plays it. That's where I know it from. I was like, it sounds really familiar. Um,
It's
but
fun, but sometimes it's so broken.
oh
So
really?
broken. They upgraded the armor recently, so things that went from being super easy, it was upgraded. It went from being super easy to I got my butt handed to me and could not figure out why. I was a little upset with that. I was like, oh, single person dungeon. I died. Oh,
You're like, I can do this. You
I'm
know,
level 70. I should be able to handle that. Nope, didn't.
yeah. So I've actually been experiencing, I know we talked a little bit before the show. I play a game called Rift.
Yeah.
And for those of you that don't know, it's an MMORPG. It is free. I love free, by the way. Um,
Yes, that is
and
the
it is
best.
online. And so I play that, and they did an update. Uh, it's actually probably been a year now. I'm still really salty about it. Um, but uh, they did an update, and it was supposed to, add things that you wanted, I guess.
Mhm. Yeah.
It did not do so, like, such things. Um, so what ended up happening is I have this move. I'm very technical. I know zero names of anything.
Yeah.
Like, my brain doesn't comprehend things like normal people do. ADHD brain just works differently. Like, I can explain to a T like what it is,
Hmm.
but names are just I don't I don't waste my time with them.
I can tell you what
So,
the pictures are of each of the little things,
right?
but I
You're
don't know
like,
what they're
"Oh,
called.
this is." So in Rift, you have trees that you
Okay.
put points into, and that's how you get the different aspects of the character you're playing.
Mhm.
And I almost always make a mage. Every once in a while, I, go elsewhere. But I have this move that is my favorite move, and I call it the Shocky Shocky. Um, I will actually be playing and I'll be like, "Shocky, shocky!" Um, and, like a normal human being.
I,
And I think the actual name might be Forked Lightning. It hits up to, like, depending on how many points you put into that
mhm.
tree, it hits up to, I think, 12 or 15 people at a
Okay.
time.
Holy
And
cow.
so my husband, every once in a while, he'll get on his healer and we'll go into PvP. And I used to obliterate everything. I would sit there and just shock, shock,
Yeah.
shock. And I would kill everything. And he'd be back there healing me where
Oh,
nobody else could
jeez.
see he was healing me. And like they would sit there and they would all be wailing on me. And I just would not go down. And they did an update now to where my Shocky Shocky, that's what I call it.
Yeah.
Um, by the way, on the keyboard is my one for my hotkeys.
Mhm.
Uh, or actually, no, it's two. Sorry. I've got my okay. So I've got my beanie for number one. That's how I draw things to me. Um, and then I shock the crap out of them. Because the way they put the forked lightning
Mhm.
shocky shocky, uh, um, now when I do it, since it pools so many things,
Mhm.
and if I'm not being careful, uh, I die. There's
Oh.
there's zero question. Like everything comes at me at once, and even if it's in range of those
Mhm.
other like I could probably take those 15 characters if they're lower level than me. Um, but it also pools anything within range from those characters. So like
Oh.
at at a certain
Yeah.
point you're like, "Oh, I
I
messed up.
goofed. I goofed bad.
This is this is not what I intended to do. I am
You turn around and you're like, oh, what level is? Oh, God, I can't even see it on the screen.
yeah, this is just going to be like mm-mm. Nope. That is
Yep.
and then so since they updated to where that happens, it's still my favorite move, honestly. It just gets me into a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Um, but they did add a bunch of new classes.
Ooh.
So one day I might feel a little frisky and decide to go do something. Cause I have a lot of mages. I think I have a cleric
Mhm.
and mm, what else do I have? I don't know. Uh, I actually my original account that I used to have when the game first came out like 10
Mhm.
years ago, um, I lost the login information and it
Mhm.
had all max levels and gosh, I really wish I
Oh.
could like remember the login for the
Oh, yeah.
so the new one, I do have a couple max levels, but right now
Mhm.
I'm working on a level 40 mage um that I named after my daughter. So if you ever see anybody named Dolores running around in game,
Oh,
that is me.
nice.
Um but yeah, I hate when game developers are like, this is going to make your life so much better. It's going to
And
add
it
so much
doesn't.
to the game. And then you're like,
This ruined it. This
can
ruined
you
everything.
not? I
It took
know,
all the joy out of this, every bit of it.
so my husband and, well, technically my little brother, who is in his late 20s, and my sister in law found out how to play vanilla WoW. So, like, it's the original, and
Oh,
oh my
jeez.
gosh, it is I keep wanting to go back to it, but I know that I can't fall down that rabbit hole again.
Right?
Um, my family is a big family of gamers. I don't know about
Mhm.
yours.
Not
Uh,
really. Like we had Atari and then we went to PlayStation. So like we jumped a little bit. And then like now my husband and I both play. He's off to the side over there. But
hi.
yeah, right. Like he doing something. But so we started playing Skyrim online together. So the poor man has to like deal with my klepto tendencies in game because real life I don't touch a thing that doesn't belong to me. Apparently you put me in a game and I have to own everything. So I'm like
Okay.
stealing left and right. I'm like like earn mm, backpack. Oh, steal right in front of somebody. I
I
figured
do
out
the same thing.
I
So
figured out if you dive into the lake where they can't shoot you, you can like tread water until your bounty's gone and keep all your stolen stuff.
I'm gonna have to tell my husband that because he plays. But no, I do the same thing. I don't know what
Oh
it
god.
is,
I
but
like I don't know what
in
it is.
in game, when you're playing Rift, it gives
Mhm.
you the option. Um, so like if you're playing in a group,
Mhm.
it'll sit there and it'll pop up on the screen. It says need or greed. I'm like, greed.
Greed.
Give me that. I need it. I don't care. I'm not even that kind of character, but
Right?
that
Like
is something that I need.
I've got like I'm playing a character that's like an assassin that deals with like medium weight armor. No, I need that heavyweight. I'm gonna sell it. Need it. So
Right?
I'm just imagining my character with like this pack mule worth of stuff on her back, like
It's
sneaking
not
through
like when you're playing
dungeons.
D&D and you got a bag of holding where you're like,
No,
shove it in there.
no,
Uh,
like I don't know where she's putting all this stuff because I've got a stolen portrait right now in my inventory. So
yep.
because
I
need
actually
it.
one of the first things I do when I make a new character is I expand the inventory because I'm
Yeah,
like,
gonna need this.
there's like rotten wool or cotton or torn cotton. Why do I need it? I don't know. I just need it.
The description will literally say this is garbage, you cannot sell, it has no value, and you do nothing with it. And I'll be like, but I need it.
And then
Let
when
me
I
have
need
it.
space, it actually hurts me to like throw it on the
Throw
ground.
it.
I'm like,
I pack bonded
do I
with that
really
bit of
need that
fur.
gold armor or should I keep this dead animal tooth.
Right?
Like,
It's just this like rotting carcass or something like that.
I
It's like,
mean, an
ugh.
eyeball, cool. Uh, why do I need a new staff?
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
Advancing in levels is stupid. Let's do this
All
instead.
my points go to stealth so that I can sneak around and steal more things.
Oh, so if I'm remembering correctly, you guys have to practice like breaking in
Yeah, you get
using
so many lockpicks. So
like
I found
picks.
out like you can steal lockpicks, just so you know.
Ooh,
I was like,
fancy.
stealing my thieving tools. Excellent.
My husband let me play once, and then in the after the opening credits, you know how you're on the
Yeah,
little wagon going into town.
right.
Okay, so they're like, "Oh no, a dragon!" So I get into
Whoa.
town and I kill all the little kids.
You killed the little kids.
And my husband just looked at me and he goes, "Baby, just
Taking that
maybe
away.
you shouldn't play this game."
So
Um,
so in Terra they have like just background like general animals that don't actually hurt you or anything. It's like sheep somewhere and things like
you
that.
kill them.
No, I feel terrible killing them. I like and they're like, "Oh, you have to kill them for this quest." I'm like, "But but the grazing Norlook. I why would I kill it?" So, yeah, there's that. If they're cute, I feel terrible killing them even if they're trying to maul me in the game.
I think Minecraft has numbed me to the fact of killing cute animals. Because in real life, I am a vegan, guys, and I don't even eat animals in real life. But in Minecraft, I'm like, sorry, sheep, I need your wool. My son explained to me the other day, he's like, there's shearing tools now where you can just shear the wool off.
You
And I was
don't
like,
have to kill it.
you
Oh
don't have to
god.
kill it anymore. But I'm like,
But
but
I got it now.
stabby rip stab stab. Um, so uh
I
I
think
am
that's a sign
completely
of a serial
desensitized now.
killer. Just saying.
So, for those of you that don't know, I am on a show called Cryptid Crunch every Saturday, and I'm pretty sure they've already deemed me a serial killer. Especially after last week's episode and the whole explaining how I'd probably eat a person before I'd eat an animal. They started calling me Jeffrey Dahmer. So, I mean, welcome to my
Jeffrey
channel,
Dahmer, the
guys.
people Dahmer.
This is where you get what you get when you come here. I've got nothing else to yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Guys,
fair enough. Fair
nothing
enough.
to add to that.
I've been watching a lot of true crime like documentaries and stuff. And
YouTube
I'm
has been like forcing them on me lately.
oh, Bailey Sarian. If I
Oh, I
ever
love
meet her,
her.
I'm gonna be a giant fangirl. I'm just gonna like cry and like
She's
touch
the one
her or
that does
something.
makeup too, right?
Yes, I love
Okay,
her
I
makeup
watch
and
her.
murder mysteries. Love them
She's
so
like,
much.
guys, like he like literally
Like
like
ate
murdered
him.
all of
Like
them and
just
then
ate him. And
ate
I'm
their
gonna go do my
fingernails or something.
lashes
And I'm
and I'll
like,
be right back. And then she's got like such epic like smoky eyes and I'm like, how did you do that and talk to me? I can't
I
even
can't make up at all. As you see, like you see all my blotches and stuff.
like oh
This is me. I took a shower today. That's all you get. You're
at
lucky
least
you
you
get
went
that.
that far. I didn't even do that yet.
I feel
we're we're still working on that.
you'll get there eventually. You got a
Yeah,
couple spoons, maybe.
you're right. It's fine. It's fine.
So, oh, good times. Murder,
Oh,
video
but she's
games.
always like, oh, and then they ate like a part of him and served him to the entire community. And like, I've gotten so numb to that anymore from her channel. I'm just like,
You're
rookie
like,
numbers, man. You're only into 3 people that you've eaten. Come on. Like,
right? Like,
this is
talk
early
to me
days,
when you get to 15, okay?
right? Like, you only got one body part, like in your freezer,
Like, there's got to be
really?
at least a torso up there if it's
Right?
one.
A head in the fridge, something. Come on.
Oh gosh, that
Uh,
brings me back to my high school years.
Oh, oh, really? Does it now?
So I listen to uh not so grand music. I listen to Insane Clown Posse, and one of my favorite songs in high school is "I've Got Mr. Johnson's Head in My Book Bag."
I know
Um,
that song, so yeah.
you can tell what kind of kids we were.
Mhm.
Good
Yeah.
times, man.
Oh man.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I'm hoping somebody else gets the reference of the song I put in earlier, "Stabby Rip Stab Stab." Cause if you don't know that song, it's "I'm an emo kid."
Yeah.
And for those of
Yeah.
you that don't remember it verbatim, like I do, I'm
Oh.
an emo kid, not conforming as could be. You'd be non-conforming too if you look just like me. I got paint on my nails and makeup on my face. I'm almost emo enough to start shaving my legs. I'm not gonna sing the next part because it'll probably be considered something in it like, uh,
It
you
might get a
know,
band hammer.
yeah.
Yeah.
I try to keep this channel as PG as I
Ugh.
can with
What am I
also
doing
being an
here?
adult. Oh, you're fine. You've been great.
You
Um,
have not. Okay, so I work in construction inspection, like road construction inspection.
oh, so you're
I use
probably
I
a
use f bombs
sailor.
as adjectives usually. So it usually I just use an f bomb to let people know when a noun is coming, possibly a verb, possibly another adjective. So if I slip, I'm very sorry.
Oh, it's okay. My son watches things that are far worse. So he's gotten this new obsession with a thing called Suction Cup Man.
What?
Look it up.
Okay. I
Just
mm,
just look it up. And I don't know what kind of a child you were, but if you were anything like me, you watched Happy Tree Friends
yes, I did.
and
Oh man,
Salad
still do some.
Fingers.
You taste like sunshine dust. And Candy Mountain, Charlie.
Candy Mountain.
Ah, they took my liver.
Uh, so,
Yeah.
um, you know, way
Good
back in the
times.
day.
Yeah.
So he found all the shows from when I was a kid, and like he expects me to be like, "Oh, don't watch those," and I'm like, "I haven't
I
seen
love
this in
those, right?
20 years."
But you're still quoting it and like doing the little motions with salad fingers. Yeah. It,
Yes. And they've started making a couple new shows that are kind of spin-offs of it.
ooh,
And
really?
he's sitting there showing me all these things and I'm like, "Cool. They were cool when I watched them 20 years ago, kid." Um but he's like, "You watch things like this?" And I'm like,
Still do?
"Yeah." Uh I still have not introduced him into the world of worseness because I've got worseness.
Right?
Uh, apparent like I don't know how we're functioning adults now.
No, like we're the reason that parents are so anal about checking their kids like phones and stuff
I'm
because
pretty
we were
sure I
there.
would have gotten murdered at some point if I kept up with the way I used to be.
Oh
Um,
God.
yeah, yeah, I was on some dark places. Guys, cults are bad. Okay, stay away from those. No matter what kind of church they say they are. It's fun.
Yeah,
Uh,
especially if they name the church after themselves. Those are always fun ones.
those are. So I actually went to this church way back yonder. I think I was maybe 17.
Hmm.
They wanted me to go to special meetings because they were convinced that I was a prophet, and they told my mom that she was not allowed in those meetings. Only
Oh,
people that were called.
oh,
I
oh,
still went to the
yeah.
church.
Oh God,
Uh,
why? No.
my mom was like, "We are never going back from there again." I called up one of the older ladies and I was like, "Hey, my mom won't give me a ride to church anymore." She would give me a ride to church.
So you were sneaking to church. You
Oh
rebel,
my gosh.
you.
I missed I if I could go back to what state was that in? Probably the state of confusion. Um, but I think it was Virginia or West Virginia. I think it was Virginia. Virginia sounds more of a culty state. Yeah. Okay, so I believe yeah, because I didn't turn Mormon until I moved to Virginia. Uh, but uh, in Virginia, they got some. Oh my gosh,
Oof.
I loved that church. The lady that drove me to church, I actually still own. So she was rich, okay,
Okay.
and it was a very like schemy. Like if I would have stayed there,
Mm.
I would have probably been like one of those rich pastors by now.
Oh,
If I
gotcha.
would have stayed in the profity classes that they wanted me to go to. But the lady that oh my gosh, I can't think of her name. I have her bit ooh, I think it's Betty or something like that. I have her business card still. I tried to call it the other day. I was like, "Am I still allowed in the club?" No, but
You remember me?
she was
Hello.
super rich, and she had a hot tub for bath. And I would
Ooh.
on days that I went to church with her when I was sneaking there, and my mom didn't know. I would spend the night over at her house, which was my friend's house.
Ah.
Uh, and she had this huge bathtub,
Mm.
um, and it was a bubble bath. And like, I just remember taking a bath and thinking, God, this is what rich people do all the time. I really want to be rich now. I am not. But she gave me a French hair straightener, like from
Ooh.
France, because she had 5 of them. She bought 5 of them on a trip so that
What?
she had one just in
5?
case. Like these are $150 a piece or something
It's
stupidly ridiculous.
what?
And so she actually gave me one and she was like, "So you can make your hair look nice for church." Uh that thing still works. I have broken like uh 10 other hair straighteners since then, and that thing, like, I swear to goodness, that is the best hair straightener on the market. If I ever go back to France, I'm getting a new one because I've used it so much that the actual name on the side has actually washed
Oh my
off,
goodness.
just from, like, use, and, like, I only straighten my hair, like, once a year now. This is all natural. Uh, I woke up this way. But, actually, I showered, but that's not the point. Um, but yeah, like, I miss that cult so much. Like, I think it's just because I got to hang out with rich people all the time. Like, I could have been like they say, hang out with who you wanna become. Like, I could
Mm.
be rich by now, guys, but no, I live on a farm in the middle of nowhere,
But
and
you
I
have
must
duckies
stay at
and chickies.
I do have duckies and chickies and children. So,
Children.
I mean, that's pretty cool. I got lots of veggies. I made homemade salsa the other day. That is the story of
Yes.
my life now. Like, I went from being in cults and moving every week and living on a beach at one point in a tent to now I have a stable household and a husband and like kids and stuff. Who does that?
Adulthood.
Right? Awful. I mean, I love it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't change it. But I also didn't 100% grow up, hence the video games and stuff like that.
Right? Yeah.
Um, so speaking of video games and stuff like that, let's talk some books because I normally get a couple books in here. I know you don't have any like right offhand that you could probably, but how about a favorite?
Oh. So, Alice in Wonderland always be my favorite. Like always. Um Other than that, like I really like some Mercedes Lackey books. So like the Elf Flight series. I That's like my comfort book, you know? That's my book when I'm like, man, I'm kind of down in the dumps and I just I need a mental blanket. So, yeah, I actually don't have a copy of it right now. I'm kind of sad.
If it makes you feel any better, I don't have a copy. Oh, maybe I do. I don't think I have a copy of my favorite book right now because
Mhm.
I rebuy one every couple months
Yeah.
because every time somebody's like, "What's your favorite book?" I'm like,
Ah!
"Read it. Take it."
Yes.
And they're like, "Do you want it back?" I'm like, "No, give it to somebody else that needs love."
Yes.
It's about vampires, guys.
But what is it?
So it is the entire series by Ellen Schreiber called
Okay.
Vampire Kisses. So like Vampire Kisses, Kissing Coffin, Dance with a Vampire, um oh my gosh, some other vampire names. um but seriously, my favorite books. Uh they were the second series I ever got into. My
Okay.
first favorite series of Unfortunate Events by Lemony Snicket.
Those were
Like
good. Those were good.
that was what got me into reading.
Okay.
I I was one of those kids where when it came to reading for AR books in school,
Mhm.
do they still have those maybe?
I don't know. I don't have kids, so
Okay,
last
for those of
time
you that don't
that
know,
it's been a while.
AR is accelerated reader. And
Mhm.
in school, we had to read a certain amount of books each month or each
Like
year.
it was like a
And
point value, wasn't it?
yes, and
Yeah.
take tests on it. And
Mhm.
I would always read the books on baseball players. Like it would tell you the
Really?
RBIs, it would tell you how many hits, how many homes, all this other stuff.
Nice.
Um and I would actually read those and take the tests on those because they were shorter books,
Mm.
but they were worth more because you had to memorize all of like the little
Oh.
facts. So, I cheated my way around that for a really, really long time until I ran out of books to read like that. But then one day I just started reading I started reading the first book of a series of unfortunate events,
Mhm.
and then I got into Harry Potter, and then
Yeah.
it was downhill from there. Um, Surprisingly, one of the biggest series that I still haven't read, I own the entire series, is Twilight.
Oh.
Uh,
So,
so I'm not sure. Like, I keep intending to try to read it because
yeah.
I really want it to be good. I hate the movies. Like I was at a school function or something like that. It was like a school sleepover. All
Mhm.
slept in the gym. Me and my boyfriend were there, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, Twilight!" Like, I'm pretty sure he's gay. No, he's married now. But like he was like, "Oh my gosh, I love Twilight," and I was like, "Okay." I got like 5 minutes into it, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I can't,
Yeah.
I
Okay, you too?
can't do this." No.
So, one of my friends recommended it to me, and I'm sure part of it was I was reading it kind of the wrong time in my life because I was already in my 20s when I started reading it. I got 10 pages in and I was just like, I can't. If I wanted to read the diary of a whiny teenage girl, I'd read my own.
Oh, la
Like,
la 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 la. I'm covering my ears, but you're in my headphones, so it's not working.
it was only 10 pages. It was only 10 pages, and I just didn't identify with the character at all.
Cause
And I don't know why I'm way out of focus in my camera, but that's okay. Maybe the camera doesn't agree with me. But like there are people that love it,
the
and I'm
FBI is
not one of
watching us, and
them.
they're like, "How dare you?
Right? I'm like, I like Harry Potter. Harry
Are
Potter?
you? What are you?
Oh, I'm a puff. I'm a Hufflepuff through and
Oh,
through.
really?
Yeah.
Ravenclaw."
Okay, there we go.
But little fact, I used to be a Slytherin.
Yes. I was everything except Gryffindor.
When I first took the test, I was Slytherin.
Hmm.
And then my best friend came up to me and she's like, "Maybe you should retake it. You changed a little bit." And I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay, cool." So I retook it and I was like, "Ravenclaw? It's a good
My
thing I bought a
people.
Ravenclaw." Like I bought this little Ravenclaw plaque a week
Hmm.
before because it was on sale. Uh
The
and I was like,
universe knew,
$1 for a
right? Yeah.
Potter? Okay, I can do this. So I
There
got
we
it, and
go.
now it's hanging up on my wall in my
Nice.
kitchen because but it's you
I'm like,
change when you get older.
right?
So
And I'm like, yeah, before I was like, oh, I've got ambition, I'm smart, and now I'm just like, I want to hang out by the kitchen and just chill. Yeah, yeah, they got it right. Okay.
so I went from being Slytherin, which
Mm.
obviously you guys kind of know what's like a lot of people associate Slytherin with. Uh and but now I'm like a Ravenclaw cuz
Mm.
I went from being ridiculously crazy in high school. Like I ran away, I did things that people probably should not do ever. Um but now I'm like, okay, my favorite pastime is reading,
Hmm.
but a specific brand of books. I love textbooks.
Okay.
So like if I get my hand especially science. So I love science. If I get my hand on a scientific or a psychology
Hmm.
textbook, I read the crap out of it. So like I've got Essentials of the
Nice.
Brain.
Yep.
I've got Fantastic Science Facts.
I have that book.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
And then I've got Neuroscience.
Nice.
Uh I've got a stack over here. It's a ridiculous stack. Essentials of Psychology. Uh How Psychology Works. I
Nice.
like to mess with people's heads, so the more you learn about it, the
Oh, yeah.
easier it is. Um, admitting that on live.
Are you
Uh,
sure you're not a Slytherin still?
Philosophy. I'm like
Nice.
a mixture, I think.
Yeah.
Um, the biggest book of the human body. Um, medical terminology. This is just what I can reach. uh, the history of medicine. This is the coolest
Oh,
looking book. So it's got like uh this lady's definitely high or something.
she got something going on. Yeah.
But it's got like leeching and
Oh,
bloodletting
that's
and
cool.
uh like whatever's going on in this picture right here.
There's a lot going on in that picture. There's
There
a
is.
lot.
Um so honestly, the pictures in that are just great. And then I've got Wild About Science. Look, Corona.
Oh God.
Uh and then I've got great discoveries and
Oh,
inventions that have changed the world.
nice. You just got a stack. It's growing and growing. It's beautiful.
And then how the brain works. So,
Nice.
just in
Yeah.
case
Reasons. Reasons.
I like and this is so I have an actual library upstairs, which I
Nice.
call my library.
Hmm.
Uh it's just a room with a bunch of bookshelves in it, where I go to read, obviously.
Yeah. I.
But
Yes.
I
Yes.
have this I have this obsession with buying books and reading them for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
Uh so I do that a lot.
Oh yeah. So,
Which
are you registered as a private library?
I am not.
So you can go to the ALA website and register as a private library. I know this from experience. And then you can get into the American Library Association conference for free and they throw books at you. Yes. It's up in Chicago. I want to say every 4 years.
Okay, how far do you live from Chicago?
About an hour.
Okay, I'm about 2 hours.
Yeah. It's like I live
Um,
northwest Indiana. So,
okay.
yeah.
Cause that you're definitely gonna have to send me the information
Oh, yeah, for sure.
on that
Um,
because I actually so one of the applications I have on my phone
mhm.
gives you access to all the libraries, but you have to sign in using your
Yes.
library.
Okay.
But my area, we don't have a library.
Okay. You
There
are
is
the library.
there's no free library within like a 40-minute drive.
No. Oh,
Um
no.
we have a library, but you have to pay a yearly subscription in order to use any of their books or any of
Mm,
their like basically go in the door.
I don't like
Um
that.
I'm
No.
not a fan either. I went in there and I was like, it's 20 minutes from where I live. It's the
Yeah.
closest library to my area. And I went in there and I was like, "Hey, so I'm here to get a library card." And they're like, "That'll be $100." And I was like, "Per
What?
per per person?"
Oh my. No. Per person?
And I was like, maybe maybe
No.
I don't need a library.
No.
Um,
Oh my god. So once I signed up with the ALA, I went to this conference and I was mistaken earlier. I do know Rising Tide people. I know the Historical Fencing Guild. I
okay.
am one of those people.
That's
But the
okay.
Talkerts introduced me to the ALA, and ever since I went, I keep getting like, here's 20% off our catalog. Buy some books for your library, and I'm like, don't mind if I do.
Don't you mind if I do?
Yeah, like I got a whole name tag when I went to the conference, and it just said like proprietor or so. What did I put on there? I think I just put owner or something of the private Bachman library, and I was like,
Okay, yeah.
yes, yes, I
I
am
need to do
sole
this.
proprietor. It's amazing.
Yep, I need to do this now. It will probably not help. What is like apparently there's a ghost or something in
Uh,
here.
just hanging out. It's cool. It's
There's
cool.
like,
Yeah, I see it. There's like an orb. It's cool.
"What's up? Hi."
It's
Nope,
just
I'm gonna
hanging out.
touch you. Um but like yeah, that would probably save me a lot of money
Oh
because
yeah.
uh I spend a lot of money
Oh yeah. Same.
on
Same.
books. Like,
Yeah,
and
same.
that's just my physical books. I
Yeah.
also have an extensive audio and every type of app you can think of. I've got like
Yeah.
Kindle, Audible, just the regular reading, like every reading app.
Hmm.
It's a problem. Um, by the way, here is my little tip to you guys. If you guys are getting low on money, you don't want to pay full price for Audible, delete it for a couple days because then they're like, come back. We'll let you have 6 months for half off the price.
Ooh.
I do it all the time. Mm.
Nice.
Oh no, they're on to me.
Come back.
But yeah, I deleted it 2 months ago or 3 months ago or
Hmm.
something like that because I was like, my husband got into a car accident last year at the end of the
Oh
year,
goodness.
and there was lots of bills and stuff,
Hmm.
and we're still kind of getting back from that.
Yeah.
And so I deleted all of my extra spending a month.
Hmm.
So I deleted it for like a month, and they were like, "Hey, if you come back, we will give you half off the price. Plus, this month, so I didn't spend my credit yet this month or
Yeah.
last month, and they were like, "Hey, I normally pick books that are like 24 plus hours of listening
Hmm.
because most of mine are textbooks."
Yeah.
Um, and so like they're like, "Hey, we noticed you haven't spent your credit." And this morning they sent me one that was like, "Hey, if you buy a book right now using your credit, you can get 2 books for the price of 1 credit." And I was like, "Yes, I will."
Thank you.
So if you guys wanna know how to get around that,
That's fantastic.
that is a thing you can do.
Just
Just throwing that out there.
just worry them into thinking you've left, and they will not get your money anymore, and then they give you stuff apparently.
Yeah. So I do that from occasion. Like, on occasion, I'm just like, we'll get more free stuff. You gotta learn your way. So, now that it is 12:40 in the morning,
Oh
and we have been doing this for an hour,
God.
I don't know, if you have any plans, so I wanted to make sure that I wasn't keeping you.
I should probably sleep at some point tonight because I have been on the go since about 6 o'clock this morning.
As have I.
Yeah.
I actually have to wake up in 5 hours
Oh
because
my gosh.
I run the farmers market for our
Oh
town.
no.
So, I have to go set up and, get my stuff up too.
Oh
Fun times.
yeah.
Who needs what is sleep, guys?
Oh.
But, yes, if you didn't hate it, I would definitely love to have you as a guest again at some point.
For sure, this has been fun. I hadn't even realized it'd been an hour already. So
Yeah, right? Time flies when you're having fun. Okay,
for
so for
sure.
those of you that are wondering, I quite literally met her tonight. Um, and I was like, "Dude, you wanna go on live?"
And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Get over
So
here.
here we
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
So this is where the green room gets us. The precursor to this show was the green room. Um, that one is a private room because of
Oh.
things.
Because
But
the happy toxicity.
yes, a happy-go-lucky toxicity. And for the lovely people that are going to be watching this later from the green room that went to sleep because, sleep. Um, we love you guys.
Oh, you
Oh,
can't see that. Okay, there we go.
yep, we were definitely like 90s, early 2000s people.
Yeah.
I feel like Jeffree Star is how I would explain my childhood. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna have to do like a 90s, early 2000s episode where we just go over ridiculous things that
The 90s were
probably shouldn't have
just
happened.
ridiculous. It
We
was
had
all
purple
just
ketchup.
ridiculous. Oh God, I forgot about that.
You're welcome.
Oh, like who? Why did we have purple ketchup though? Why?
Because we also
Who?
had green ketchup
I
and
know
blue
what.
ketchup. Um,
Why?
normal things.
Right, I mean, I guess I can't say much. I was walking in the grocery store and I saw like hot Cheetos mac and cheese the other day, and it didn't even faze me because apparently because we had purple ketchup,
You're like, "Oh, cool, been there, done that."
right? I was just like,
I used to
mhm.
put ketchup on my mac and cheese,
Yes, same.
so
So
now if that would happen now, I would probably shoot somebody for messing up my mac and cheese. I'd be like, "What did you do?"
that is the one thing I want. So my family used to make stir fry a lot because it's just vegetables and rice
Yep.
when we made it, but I would always put ketchup in it. So yeah, yeah, it was ketchup in everything at that age. I don't know why.
I think it's because our parents fed us so much mac and cheese and hot dogs that
Oh yeah.
eventually the lines just crossed. Never cross the
Oh,
beams.
they crossed the streams.
So,
Oh,
like, Uh, I feel like that messed us up a lot. They were
Yeah.
like, "What do you want for lunch?" And we were like, "Mac and cheese and hot dogs." And then it just broke us.
And
Like,
frozen fish sticks.
oh,
We had
now
a lot of
like
those in our
even the
house.
smell of that makes me kind of want to hurl now. Okay, I haven't eaten meat in since I was like
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I forgot about that.
in 14 years. And when I was younger, we were living down in Florida, and as Floridians do, we went we went out and
Hmm.
we did the fishing thing, and we caught a hammerhead shark, and it was a little baby one. And my mama came home and she stuck it in the freezer. She made it into fish sticks, and
Yep.
after that, I done never had fish sticks ever again. Like,
So I lived in the swamp. I lived in the Grand Kankakee Marsh on the Kankakee River. Like the river was about 20 feet outside of my front door, and we ate fish sticks. We went fishing all the time, and we caught fish, and we filleted and took care of our own fish. But we ate all the fish sticks in the world. Why? And
like
I ate them with ketchup.
so did I. We were broken by ketchup,
It was
guys.
ketchup.
Maybe that's just a 90s, early 2000. Like,
Maybe
I feel like
maybe it
that's
was an
more like a
age thing.
90s.
Yeah, it was. Like maybe it was the age we were at too. Like we
A
had no
developmental
developed
age.
yeah, like we didn't have developed taste buds at that time. That was like some
So,
gourmet stuff.
I can vividly remember eating those fish sticks, and listening to the song No Scrubs.
Oh god, I played that song on repeat for like a week straight
Like, I feel like
on a Walkman. On a Walkman.
I remember sitting in that, like, kitchen
Mhm.
listening to that song on the radio. I'm gonna have to look up when that song came out to
Oh god.
pinpoint when my last fish stick was. Okay, when did you come out? Oh, no, I don't want you. Go away. Ah, okay. Oh, okay. So it came out in 99.
Really? It came out that late?
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe maybe I'm merging memories
I don't know. But I
because
remember
I was in 8th grade at that point.
I mean, you still cool. It's cool.
I-
Like
I'm the coolest of the cool. Just ask
I just
anybody.
remember sitting at our table in Florida eating some hammerhead fish sticks, listening to No Scrubs. God,
Whoa.
memories. It's
So
just
mine was Shania Twain. It was
which
like,
song?
whose bed have your boots been under?
Whose bed have
You'd
your
have your
boots
boots
been
been
under?
under. Yeah,
See, like, yep, I
yeah,
was there. I did that.
yep.
I also used to be a very big Dale Earnhardt fan.
Oh yeah, total. So we were not Intimidator fans in our household. We were Jeff Gordon fans.
Ah.
Like you could not root for the Intimidator at our house
And for those of
because
you
he
that
was a
don't
bully.
know, I'm talking about the Dale Earnhardt Senior, not the
Senior, not
junior.
junior. Yeah. Number 3.
God, I feel like I've been a redneck all my life now.
Oh, I have. Like,
Like,
I still am.
there's no doubt
It
about it
drives
right
my
this
husband
second.
nuts because like I still wander around outside barefoot, and
I
he's
do.
he's giving me judgmental looks right now. Like so judgmental. I think he's walking home at this point.
I
Like we're at home, but I think he's walking home because he's
That's
done with my
understandable.
shenanigans.
I had this 94-year-old neighbor, and he'd call me he'd call me across the street, and he'd be like, "Hey, monkey's nest," because I grew up in a town called Mark, which is the smallest town in the smallest county in Illinois. or I
Okay.
don't know if it's the smallest town. I think there might be one more smaller than me. I'm gonna have to look it up. But um, so they call it the monkey's nest because it they're all like redneck country folk. Um, and he'd be like, "Hey, monkey's nest," and I'd walk over there across the street and everything with no shoes on, and I'd be like,
Right?
"Hey," and he'd be like, "What are you doing? Were you raised in a barn?" Basically.
I mean,
I mean, yeah,
if you want the truth, yeah.
yes.
So
Like, do you want me to not?
I had a teacher that would affectionately call me Swamp Rat as a term of endearment because he was also my brother's Boy Scout leader. And, like, I didn't have anything else to do, so I, like, tagged along with my older brother. So was always hanging around, like, these Boy Scouts from the time I was, like, 5, and then I get into middle school, and he's my shop teacher now. And I'm pretty sure the first day he saw me in class, he did a double take because I was actually wearing shoes. So, yeah.
So, me and my husband have been married for 10 years now.
Okay.
Uh, been together 11.
Mhm.
So, the first year I started dating him, it was
Mhm.
getting on to winter. It was cold outside. I
Mhm.
do not wear shoes. I wear flip flops at most. If there's a couple inches of snow outside, I have flip flops on. I go in. I've never been so easily yelled at by somebody else's parents.
Yeah.
I walked into my husband's house and his mom and dad just look at me like I am on crack. And they're like, "What in the heck is on your feet?" Using other terms.
Oh, yeah.
And like, I'm like, "Shoes." And they're like, "Those are not shoes." The next time I showed up at his house, they had bought me a pair of boots. And they were like, "Here's some boots." I wore those suckers twice. They were very hot and itchy.
Yeah. I've gone barefoot hiking before because, like, we have trails around here,
Uh-huh.
and they're cleared, like, just wooded trails. But steel-toed boots hurt, and I wear them all day because I'm on the side of the road, and there are sharp, pointy objects there. So sometimes I go hiking after work, and I'm like, I don't want to wear these anymore. So I take them off, but I have no other shoes with me. And then I can't wear my socks around because only psychopaths would wear their socks without their shoes outside. So I'm just
Right.
wandering around in like the woods with bare feet, and then like I randomly see like other people, and I'm just walking around with my boots over my shoulder, sometimes collecting random objects because I am a magpie. And I'm like, shiny rocks go clack clack. And I've
I
got no
have
shoes on.
mason jars full of like I can actually go over right there and there's just a big jar of rocks
Yeah,
and shells.
yeah,
And then in my kitchen I have mason jars full of feathers
uh huh.
and bones.
They're everywhere.
Lots of bones.
I give my bones to one of my other friends, but
I
and
have
then
like
she
a full
cleans them.
intact spine and
Oh,
a full jaw and
nice.
it's awesome. Um, if you guys wanted to know if we're weirdos or not,
Right?
if you haven't
Yeah.
gathered
Did
that
we?
in the last hour or so.
Yeah.
Um,
I think we figured out we got some things in common.
wait, do you like this?
Oh, it's the sound of the brakes. Yes.
What is your favorite doctor?
So I grew up on Baker and his long scarf. I don't know if you can see it, but there's right there is the long scarf
Oh, I think I
that
see
is
it.
just hanging from my bookshelf that one of my friends knitted me. But of New Who, I would have to say, oh, I loved Capaldi. I loved Capaldi so much because he was just so angry but still trying to do good.
Eh, David Tennant.
Okay, yeah, he was like I loved him.
So I love him in pretty much everything. I think
Yeah. Oh
when
yeah.
I showed you this earlier, this is my other computer. It
Yes.
says Kilgrave says smile. Um because I also basically David Tennant, if he's in any show, I automatically have to watch it and I love it just because I stare at his beautiful face and I'm like, "Hi." The
You
only
don't know
other
it, but you're
person
my boyfriend.
I have a thing for Davids apparently because the other David I'm in love with is David Bowie. Um,
Who isn't though? I mean,
that's true.
it's
Like
David
I
Bowie.
in high school and middle school, like David Bowie was my first crush.
Okay,
I
yeah.
remember sitting in our living room. I was only like yay old,
Hmm.
and I remember sitting in front of the TV and watching David Bowie, and like that was my first crush ever.
Hmm.
And then it just progressed and progressed. When he passed away, my husband came home
Oh
from work
yeah.
and he came in the door and he's like, "Honey, I need you to get up." He's like, "I have to tell you
Oh.
something and you're not going to like it." And he told me and I started bawling. I was like,
Oh
"Oh
yeah.
my god." Like it was kind of like how people reacted with Elvis, but with somebody way
Hmm.
better.
Damn. So how I reacted to Robin Williams? Just
Probably yeah,
oh
that's
god. Like
that
my
was
heart
heartbreaking as
shattered. I was
well,
not okay.
especially when I
Not
found out
okay.
the details.
Yeah, like that was not
Because you're
okay.
like, you see somebody that's so happy and does all these funny roles and stuff like that, and then something like that comes up. And
Yeah.
I have had several. I've actually one of my best friends from when I was in high school committed suicide, and he was one of the. So I'm so thankful for YouTube that YouTube came out because we used to make ridiculous videos after school. We had our little group of friends, and we were those kids that were like, we would act and we would do videos and stuff like that. And I have all those videos to watch of
Oh.
him, and he would just light up. It
Mhm.
happened after he went off to college, and we all split up because
Yeah.
that's how
It's
life works,
yeah.
unfortunately. But just looking back at it and seeing all of the videos of him happy and like I have a video of him on top of my shoulders and we're just like running
Mhm.
around and playing with wands and wearing weird skirts and like
Yeah.
glasses without any rims and uh if you ever want to see something ridiculously awful, look up Dark Card Dynasty. uh Actually, let me see if I can find it real quick. um but like just knowing that something like that can happen to somebody that happy.
Oh yeah. Like when I went to college, they were giving out free swag, like college does, and they're like, "Hey, take this test and you can have a pen." And I'm like, uh,
Okay.
"ProBrain says I need it. I need this pen," you know. So I took this test, and they're like, "You're very depressed," and I was like, "Well, everybody's sad," and they're like, "No, please get some counseling. We're going to hook you up with the school counselor." And like I ended up I I'm very medicated now for anxiety and depression. But I'm really glad that social media and YouTube are as prevalent as they are now because I feel like without it I would have felt so alone
Alone,
and
yes.
like I would have felt like a freak. Like to be quite blunt, I would have felt very alone, very weird and broken. But
I
with
still feel that way sometimes,
oh
and
yeah,
then I get online and I see other
yeah,
people talking about the same things, and I'm like, you know,
even
maybe I'm not.
celebrities. Yeah, like especially celebrities being very open about it and actually using their platform for good. It's like, oh, like this person has everything supposedly, and oh look, they cry too. Like, oh,
Okay, I found one of the videos. I don't know if he's in this one, but let me see. It's ridiculous that these are still online, like, from my high
Nothing
school years.
disappears.
Nothing. Okay, let's see. We don't even have the login information for this anymore. Let me see. Can you see that? Okay.
Yes.
This is how nerdy my friends and I were in high school. Oh, jeez. There's my ex, the guy in the red shirt right there. Me. Oh. Our editing skills were on par.
That is professional grade.
There he is.
Was that just a video of him getting picked up from school?
Yes. Oh, yeah. So he was in that video. But yeah, so like we used to do things like that all the time, and it's so weird looking back on videos like that. I'm glad things like that still exist though, because like I wouldn't have that any other
Yeah.
time. Oh, I had to burp. But yeah, so if you guys were wondering if I was always weird, I was always weird. uh, and that was just a little snippet. We also have a show. We had a show that we called Copra. Uh, like I would probably get banned if I played any of those videos on here, though.
Oh, jeez.
So look it up at your own risk. Yeah. Oh, that was good times. But yeah, okay. So now that we have gone for an hour and 22 minutes, we should probably try to possibly close out in a couple minutes.
Right.
So, do you have any like platforms or anything that you're on, or is this kind of it?
That's pretty much it. Yeah, I just kind of float around, and TikTok, I sometimes post like some construction videos and make fun of my life because why not?
You're gonna have to send me that. I have a TikTok. I call it Tic Tac,
The
but
ticky tacks,
the
yes.
ticky tacks. Because I'm old and my son thinks I'm old, so I'm like the ticky tacks.
You have to call everything the something, and it
Yes.
annoys the kids so much. It's great.
Or the U-tabs.
The book
Or
of
the
faces.
book. Oh my gosh. Oh, yes. But we need to bring back MySpace, y'all.
Oh God, yeah.
Throwing that out there. But yeah. So, well, I'm glad that you were on here with me because
That
it was
was-
definitely fun.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Normally I just talk to myself and I look like a complete weirdo.
No,
I mean, now I look like a complete weirdo, but at least I'm
no, we
talking to
both
somebody.
do.
Yes. But it's nice to be able to talk to somebody that has the same interests in things because
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
normally when I talk to people about these things, they're like, cricket,
Right? Yeah.
cricket. especially a lot of the people in the Rising Tide Network. I love them all, but uh probably 0% of them would have any idea what I'm talking about. Half the time when I talk, they look at me like,
Historical Fencing Guild would definitely
"Shut."
get it.
You know what? That's one of the ones that I haven't been able to watch yet.
Oh, so we do a lot of historical sword fighting, and Nick Tucker, our sword master, does a lot of talks about the weapons in general, fighting styles. We give a lot of help with each other for practicing and just whatever hiccups we find. And it's a good group. It's a lot of fun. It's really supportive, and we get to hit each other. So
I'm
there's
definitely
that.
gonna have to look into that. Do you know if they do you know if they went to like the Peoria, one of the cons, Peoria, like 2 years ago?
Probably.
Uh,
Um,
because there was one where they had the big swords wrapped in
so
foamy, and
okay,
they were
so
talking
that's
about.
probably a LARP group. Um,
Okay,
so they tend the LARP groups tend to actually like get together and like play out a story kind of thing. From my
okay.
understanding, I haven't done like an actual LARP, but everybody I talk to from LARP groups seems really cool. So maybe someday.
I have
But
done some mediocre LARPing in the
okay.
past, but I thought they said their name was something. That's why I made the connection. Um,
It might have been the Society for Creative Anachronism, the SCA.
I don't know. It
They
was so
have,
long ago,
yeah,
and
like
I have the memory of a goldfish.
there's actually a lot of groups in this area that do that. So there's that. There's HEMA. A couple others are probably floating around.
Okay.
So they
Yeah,
they
I'm
each
definitely
have
gonna have to start watching you guys then, because that
there
sounds.
there are YouTube videos up of us fighting. Um, some of them are fantastic and awesome, and some of them I'm like, please don't look at me. Don't look at that footwork. Don't. Oh, it's bad.
If you want to know what I'm doing, I am Googling it.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, some of them fantastic. Some of them I don't know how I don't fall on my face and die for reals
Oh, I see
instead
Nick
of
Dockard. Okay.
yes,
Subscribe.
yes. Ring that bell. Support the local swordmaster.
I did.
Excellent.
Now I will be following you.
Excellent.
So, yes, at least we can look at you on there. And as everybody knows on this site, if you Google my name, Keisha Acuff, or if you look up Acuff Creations, I am normally there. Like, I pop up a lot, guys. And if you get real fancy and you want to look at some of my old stuff, look up Keisha Twardowski. That's where you get all the weird stuff like what we saw a couple minutes ago. Um, so if you want to get real fancy with that, you could basically view my entire life if you're curious. Um, Google is a wonderfully creepy tool
It
to have.
is, especially with the Wayback Machine.
There's a way back machine.
Yeah, yeah. You
Oh
you
my
can find
god.
websites that don't exist anymore. They still exist. They're just
Like
kind of
Photo
hidden.
Bucket?
Yes.
I need all my pictures.
Yeah, you can use the Wayback Machine and go back to a certain time before it was like deleted. So yeah, definitely try that.
I will do said things. Guys, you know what I'm going to be doing all tomorrow. Any good pictures that I find, I
Excellent.
will definitely. Yeah, there's gonna be some pictures, guys.
Yes.
Who I
You're
don't know if
welcome,
I should.
y'all.
So, with that being said, if you could stick around for a second, I will
Yeah,
talk with you backstage. Um,
excellent.
but it was nice talking to you, and
Yeah, you
I
too.
hope everybody has fun watching this. It's a little bit longer than I normally run. Cause I'm not talking to myself, guys. I look more normal this time.
I don't think I helped you look more normal. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Have you seen the people I hang out with? So, all right, guys, have a lovely evening, lovely morning. Yeah, it's 9
Oh, we're
or
in the morning.
it's 1:09 a.m. So, have a lovely morning and we will see you soon. Bye.
Bye.